Now let's start with the can modal verb. The identification of can is सकता है, सकते हैं, सकती हैं, पाता है, पाते हैं, पाती है. Whenever you see these words at the end of a statement or a sentence, you can use the can modal verb. It is used when we show ability. For example, Farhan can swim. Farhan swim कर सकता है. She can talk. वह बात कर सकती है. And at the time of taking and giving permission. For example, can I come with you? क्या मैं आपके साथ आ सकती हूँ? Here, we can also use may modal verb. Moreover, it is also used for polite requests. For example, can you call me this evening? क्या आप मुझे शाम को कॉल कर सकते हैं? Sometimes we use it for possibility as well. For example, can it be true? क्या ये सत्य हो सकता है? So हम इसको possibility के लिए use कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. Furthermore, when there is no possibility, or we could say impossibility, there we can use the can as well. For example, this can't be right. यह सही नहीं हो सकता है. Verb is more suitable while using prohibition. Prohibition means जहाँ पर आपको कोई action करना मना हो. For example, you can't smoke in this room. आप इस room में smoke नहीं कर सकते हैं. Now it's time to summarize the can. You can pause and check the chart. Now let's learn about the could modal verb. Could is a past participle or a second form of verb which is used to talk about a past ability of an individual in doing something. Could का use हम past में करते हैं किसी ability को दिखाने के लिए past की. Could को हिंदी में हम सका, सके, सके भी बोल सकते हैं. Like can modal verb, could is also used for ability. For example, Ritul could play cricket quite well. And as we all know, to seek permission, especially a polite one, it is better to use the could. For example, could I make a call? But what about making a request? Don't worry, we can use the could here as well. For example, could you wait for a moment, please? As we have noticed, sometimes people use the could for giving suggestion as well. For example, you could go to Delhi for further studies. In imaginary situation or wishes, we can use the could. For example, I wish I could meet Robin. When there is a slight possibility, so we can express it with the could. For example, you could have passed the exam. Have you ever wondered when we use should in English? Let me tell you, we use the should while giving advice, a recommendation, or a suggestion. For example, I think you should put on black shirt. It suits you. Moreover, we can use the should to express that a situation is likely in the present or in the future. This is a type of expectation or we could say prediction. For example, he should have the letter now, which I sent it last week. Another one, it should be sunny tomorrow. Well, I guess sometimes should is used instead of must to make rules, orders, or instructions sound more polite. As we have noticed, this may appear more frequently on formal notices or on information sheets. For example, everybody should put on a helmet while riding. And another example is applications should be sent before the 30th. Then we can use the should plus have plus verb's third form. Actually, this expresses the idea that the subject did not fulfill their obligation in the past or did not act responsibly. For example, Samira is late. She should have arrived by now. Now it's time to learn about may and might. May and might both can normally be interchanged without a significant difference. For example, Farhan may come, Farhan might come. Somewhere or the other, we know that might is the past form of may. For example, I may take more candies. Now, this is the direct quote. She said she might take more candies. This is reported speech. So, here where we get to know that modals change to a past form in reported speech as well. We can use may and might for possibility. Might is used more frequently than may in spoken English. For example, take an umbrella. It might rain later. This means there is a possibility that it will rain later. You can also say it may rain later. Now, what about asking or granting permission? So, may is considered the most polite form than can or could. For example, may we ask you some questions about your experience? And it is more suitable while expressing wishes for the future. For example, may you both have a long life. Now let's learn about will and shall. Will and shall are used for giving surety in future. Shall is more formal than will, and we use shall with I and we pronoun. Now let's learn about the must. Must is used for strongly recommendation. For example, this book is must for all students.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe Grammars. We made those who made nation.